What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing okay on this Thursday afternoon. Can you hear me okay? Nice. Well, our 2024 season here at Foothills is about to kick off this weekend. Looks like the weather's going to be decent for us. It's been beautiful these past few days, and Saturday, well, tomorrow even around here. Looks like there'll be a little bit of rain, but nothing crazy. And Saturday looks like a high of 60-some degrees. And the morning's going to be cold, kind of like it has been being, but at least it's not going to be pouring down rain as it has in years past. Seems like these early months, it can be hit or miss, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent event for a February start to the Foothills season this year. I'm looking forward to getting it going here. Just as always do a little pre-tournament video and just talk about the time and basic rules and a few other things. And I'll touch base on the 2024 season just a little bit. Had a little technical difficulties. I was trying to upload the schedule at the last second and having trouble with the MacBook recognizing the PNG file. I usually put it in a PDF, and I didn't think anything about it. And 2 minutes before we got started here, I was having trouble getting it upload, but I'll flop over to Facebook and look at the schedule and have things worked out a little better for you guys next time. It's been a minute since I've been on the StreamYard, and I played around with it to familiarize myself a little better with it. But we'll get the thing rolling tonight, and looks like right now we got about 30 couple anglers. I think there's 32 anglers signed up right now for our Lake Norman event this Saturday. I expect somewhere around 50 people to sign up tomorrow. Usually Friday, you get half your entries coming on Friday, but 30 couple signed up right now. We're gonna do. We started last year. Started doing lines in and launch at the same time, and giving an extra 30 minutes of tournament run time. So we're gonna keep up with that, just like we did last year. We're gonna continue to do that, and all this stuff's on TourneyX. But just go through the tournament time for a second. Tournament time this weekend is going to be launch and lines in. For you that don't know, most of you guys fished tournaments before, but launch means you can be in the water, but you can't paddle away from the ramp. Try to stay in the buoys. Try to stay, 25, 30 yards away from the ramp. And then at 6:30, you can pedal away, whatever. And immediately lines are in at 6:30. So tournament start time this weekend is going to be at 6:30, and it'll run till 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock, 59 seconds is the end of the tournament. If you put up a fish and get them on your board and it's 3:01, don't even waste your time. If your clock says 3:01, that fish will not be scored. So the tournament will end at exactly 3:01:00 seconds. And Lake Norman, you shouldn't have any issues with any service, but I will give you till 4 o'clock. I'll give you an extra hour to upload your photos to TourneyX. So there's your tournament times. Launch at 6:30. It will be dark. It seems like daylight's hitting about around 7 o'clock right now. So as always, make sure you have your light, 360 light. Any kind of light, as long as it can be seen from all angles, is good. Doesn't have to be $100 Yakutak light. It can be whatever. It can be a $5 camp lantern from Walmart. But make sure you wear your light this week. Have your light on this weekend. It will be dark at 6:30 when we launch. So there's your tournament run time. 6:30, launching lines in. Tournament's over at 3:59, and you'll have till 4 o'clock to upload your photos of your pictures and manage your catch. And make sure you got your best photos submitted for the tournament. And just the basic rule stuff. Go over this every time in our little pre-tournament video. You got to check in. You got to check in from a legal ramp. All those ramps are under the Files tab in the Foothills group page, but you must check in. Check out is not required, but I'd appreciate it if you did check out. That way I know you made it off the water that day, but you must check in. That is required. Make sure you do that, or I have to hurt your feelings and send you back to the ramp to check in. Your ID code, I believe I have it set to release at 2 a.m. Saturday morning, so that should be plenty of time. When you get up, you have plenty of time to write your ID code down. And as always, you must have a light if we're fishing pre-dawn, and we will be this weekend, so make sure you have your light. PDFs are required. That's pretty much the standard in all kayak fishing tournaments. Wear your PDF. If I see a fish catch photo and it looks like you, and you're not, and your life jacket's laying in the floorboard, or if I can tell that you're not wearing it, that will be a DQ. Make sure you wear your PDF at all times. And last but not least, your fish pictures. Do your best to take good photos. Do your best to get your fish to close its mouth. There is a penalty if the mouth is open. I try to be as gracious as possible with that, but if there's a crack in your fish's mouth, if I can see your board, the backside of your board in between those fish, the fish's lips, then that will result in a penalty. And there's just no way around it. There are other people watching. Everybody kind of looks at each other's fish photos, so not going to grade on the curve here. If your fish's mouth's not closed, there will be a penalty. So take the best pictures you can. You can always manage your catch in the Tourney X app. Here in the past few weeks, there has been an update to the Tourney X. A lot of you guys are familiar with that, but the Apple or the iOS version, they've already updated it. They're kind of waiting to release the Android update until they get a few more bugs worked out. But I opened up my Tourney X app today, and at the top it said update available. So there's been an update in the past few days again, maybe to work out a few bugs or whatever. But make sure that your app's updated. I think it'll work either way, even if it doesn't. Mine updated automatically on my Apple phone. But update your app. Check your location services. Make sure your location services are on. That's critical. As all you guys know, fishing kayak tournaments, it GPS stamps you, it time stamps you, and all that data is needed by your tournament director. So maybe go and check and make sure your tournament or your location services are still on, whatnot. Let's see. So that pretty much goes over the time, the basic rules. This weekend, I had in the Files tab here at Foothills, we always do out of the money prizes for members. Right now, we have 41 members signed up for the season. Last year, we had a total of 65. So I'm pleased with that. And as stated under the Files tab, $25 of that $35 or $30 membership goes directly into the TOC pot at the end of the year. So that's a nice little extra $1,000 added by the membership fees. But with that, we do have the out of the money prizes, and what that is at each event, each one-day event, we give out a couple extra prize spots, usually 3 extra prizes to those members who don't finish in the money, but below that, we give away a few extra prizes as payouts for members only, and it's just stuff we've taken in from our sponsors, and it's a way to incentivize the membership. But this weekend, normally, like I said, we do 3 out of the money prizes. But this weekend, I'm still waiting on a few things to come in. I'm still waiting on Yak Attack stuff and one other company. So I don't have all that stuff in my hand right now. So this weekend we're going to do 2 out of the money prizes for our members only. And this weekend there'll be 3 different items to choose from. And the first place out of the money, we'll let them choose, and then second place will have the option to pick what they want. But the out of the money prizes for this weekend, we have Cashin fishing rods, Cashin CK fishing rods. And this year I have a variety of rods, spinning rods, worm and jig, chattergrass, some cranking rods. So pretty much everything that they offer in their CK series lineup, you'll be able to choose one of those rods as your first out of the money prize. And I also have an Aqua battery pack or a pair of Hobie sunglasses. And like I said, we'll let whoever finishes out of the money and first place out of the money, that's a member. We'll let that individual choose what they want. If they want a fishing rod, they want some sunglasses, or they want an Aqua battery pack. And then we'll just roll it down to the next guy. But this weekend, until I get this other stuff in my hands, we're just going to do 2 out of the money prizes. And that's what they'll be for this weekend. The BFL, a lot of you guys have texted me, and I'm aware of it. We put this schedule together. It's kind of tough to work around everything. I mean, from all the other kayak fishing clubs and then the boat tournament stuff, it's just tough to work around everything. But I promise you, an event in February on Lake Norman, even if there's 100 boat tournament, will not be that bad. Not a big deal. I'd much rather deal with 100 bass boats than 1,000 wake boats and jet skis. So, with that said, the BFL is this weekend. It's coming out of Blythe, just for your information. And their launch is at 7 o'clock. So we got a 30-minute head start on them. But just keep that in mind, that those guys will be running all over the lake. And honestly, I don't even expect it to be a 100-boat tournament. Some people have said that, but I don't know that there'll be that many. And you probably won't even notice, in all honesty, with the other normal traffic off the lake. But BFL this weekend's coming out of Blythe. So, I mean, maybe that's a ramp you do want to go to, because there probably won't be any other kayakers there, but there'll be a whole slew of bass boats coming out of that tournament this weekend. Just looking at my notes here, safety, as always, look after each other. The main thing is be safe. My weather app on my phone says 10 to 15 mile an hour wind. That could change tomorrow. Yesterday it wasn't that. Today I woke up and it's 10 to 15 mile an hour wind. But keep those things in mind. If you see somebody struggling, help them out. I know I don't have to say that to the kayak group here. You guys and kayak fishermen in general are more than willing to help each other out. But be safe this weekend. If you have trouble, if it's emergency, call emergency services first and then call me. I'm going to be fishing as well, so I'm going to be not much help to you. If it's a super huge deal, call emergency services first. But just always like to touch on the safety stuff. Be careful out there. Refunds. I'll give you a refund this weekend for your tournament. For some reason you can't make it, the tournament starts at 6:30. I'm fishing. Just as a courtesy, if you realize you can't make it, you have car trouble, whatever, just let me know, and I'll refund you up until 6:30, as long as I can get in there and quick enough and hit the refund button for you. But if you need that, let me know sooner than later, obviously. And let's see, all the rules and everything, all your foothills rules, they're not much different from most other tournament trails. We do allow a fish clip. You can clip your fish. We're still going with that this year. We're not a motor club. Motors aren't allowed for these events, at least. But all your rules can be found under the Files tab in the Facebook group page, and all your legal launch ramps can be found in the Files tab in the Facebook group page as well. I did want to touch on the fees for this year. We've always kind of been friendly with the $40 entry fee, which is, it's that's a pretty reasonable fee. I did raise it up to $42 this year, and the only reason I really done that was because of the Tourney X fees increasing. Tourney X is $6.50 per angler this year. With all the new stuff that Tourney X is doing over there, and the fact that they haven't raised their prices for almost a decade now, just like everybody else, it was time for them to do that, and that's why the tournament fee went from $40 to $42 this year. Not a huge deal, but I just wanted to mention that so everybody was aware of it. And if you need anything for before the tournament or during the tournament, just hit me up. I do have a judge that is judging the event for us, so your fish will be being scored throughout the day. That's been a blessing over the last year. I started doing that, and I pay a little bit for that, but it's definitely a win for me, not to have to worry about coming home and judging 200 fish or whatever. But just hit me up if you have some issues, and I'll relay that information to the judges. And same, if they need to get a hold of you, I'm sure they'll contact me first, and then I'll be in touch with you if there's an issue of some sort. But I appreciate those individuals helping us out this year and judging for us. And that's pretty much it for the season, or for the tournament this weekend, guys. I'm going to try to pull up the Facebook group page real quick. And let's see. So the featured section on my Facebook on my phone has changed. Like, you have to click the featured button to get the stuff to come up now, which I don't like that. Facebook messes around a lot. But the schedule's in the featured section in the Facebook group page. I'm going to try to pull it up right here. Let's see. It'll let me. So yeah, there's the schedule, guys, for 2024. Like I said, I tried to upload this at the last second, and I hadn't converted the PNG file into a PDF, and the MacBook wouldn't recognize it. And in order to keep you guys not waiting any longer, I went ahead and just quit messing with it and come over here, and we'll just look at it from Facebook for a second. But so our 2024 schedule, got the tournament this weekend, February 24th, and you can see there at the top. I hope you can all see that. We're going to take your best 5. I haven't really talked a whole lot about this. I hadn't been on here since I released the schedule and didn't say a whole lot then, but there's 9 events here, and we're going to take your best 5. Your best 5 events out of those 9. And I do that just to give you guys the opportunity to fish with us and to fish with the other clubs as well. I know if you're fishing these trails and trying to compete in all of them, there's a lot going on. And I didn't want to make you have to, compete and take 7 or whatever, 7 out of 9 events. So I decided just to take your best 5. And that makes it possible for you to fish, all these other trails, national stuff, North Carolina stuff, and compete and still compete over here at Foothills too for the AOI and the TOC stuff. But just to look at the schedule just a little bit for a second, we have the event this weekend on Lake Norman. And then on March the 23rd, we're going to go to Hickory, Lookout, and Road Hiss. We'll combine those lakes, and you can fish any of those three lakes for that event on March 23rd. And I think that's going to be a good event for Hickory. It should be, as long as the weather keeps staying like it is, it'll definitely be a pre-spawn event, but there's probably going to be some fish starting to be on some beds at that point too. And Hickory can be a tough lake, but in the spawn, there's some nice fish in Hickory. There's 7-8 pounders that get caught there almost every month in some of the boat tournament stuff. But we're going to go to Hickory in March on the 23rd there. And then there on April the 20th, we're going to do our thing here at Foothills. We call it the Reservoir Battle. And we're going to pit Lake James and Kerr Scott out of Wilkes County together against each other. And that is, like I said, what we call the Reservoir Battle. And it pits the headwaters of the Yadkin against the headwaters of the Catawba. And that always makes for a good event. There's always some nice bags caught in April. Definitely my favorite month of the year to be on the water fishing. And so April 20th will be at Lake James and Kerr Scott. And then here in the middle of the season here, you see these events that are in color. These events are going to be combined events with other clubs, and they're not specifically Foothills events. They're just events that Foothills as a club is coming alongside some of these other clubs in North Carolina. May the 4th, see it there, we got the Carolina Classic. That's an event that was put together last year by CKA and CCKF, and Foothills was invited to be a part of that. And we called that the Carolina Classic. And this will be our second year doing it. And it's going to be at Falls Lake this year in early May, which should be another banger event. Fishing should be really good at Falls Lake that time of the year. But those events in color, those events are going to be motor allowed events. And it's only because we're coming alongside some of these other clubs and they're hosting the tournaments. And I didn't want to handicap us or not be a part of it, because these guys do allow motors. So we're just going to allow motors here at Foothills too for these three events here in the middle in color. And they're going to be points events. All the events on the schedule this year are going to be points events. But the Carolina Classic, CKA, CCKF hosting this year. Foothills coming alongside them. And that's going to be a fun tournament, a fun weekend. There's lots of camping at Falls Lake. I'm looking forward to that one. The weather should be really nice at that point. Spring-like weather. We're going to camp out down at Falls Lake, and I hope you guys can join us for that one. Like I said, that'll be a fun event. Falls Lake is a different kind of lake. If you've never fished it before, you've been kind of exclusive to the Catawba chain. Falls Lake is a different kind of fishery, but a cool fishery too. And then moving on, June 22nd, FKA, the Upstate Kayak Anglers, and South Carolina Bass Nation. We're going to do an event with these guys and just coming alongside them again. Cam over at UKA and CJ Sanchez running South Carolina Bass Nation this year. We're going to go down there and fish with those guys, and that event is going to be a recruitment event for the South Carolina Bass Nation series. They're not going to require anybody to have any type of membership, any type of bass membership to fish that event. And you'll be able to qualify for the South Carolina Bass Nation tournament. They're going to take the top 10% of the field, and those guys will get an automatic bid into the South Carolina Bass Nation Championship. later in the fall of the year. Like I said, it's going to be, you're not going to have to pony up any fees to be a part of that event. The only thing you'll have to do is if you make it in that top 10% and you qualify for that South Carolina Bass Nation event, then if you want to be a part of that, then you'll have to pay your Bass Nation fees there in South Carolina in order to fish the championship. But the top 10% from that tournament will go directly to the South Carolina Bass Nation Championship. And the only fees that are required is a South Carolina license and the tournament fee. And like I said, CJ done us a solid on that. It's going to be June 22nd, and the fishery is going to be from Lake Wylie to Lake Watery and everything in between. So that should be an interesting event. I believe they're going to open up everything on Wylie, the North Carolina side too. And like I said, fish Lake Wylie to Lake Watery, South Carolina, and Fishing Creek, everything in between. And that, again, will be a motor allowed event as well. Foothills is just coming alongside these two clubs down in South Carolina. And just wanted to support them and be a part of what they got going on down there. And then in July 13th, we got the charity event on Lake Norman, supporting Purple Heart Homes out of Statesville, North Carolina. And you've seen some of the chit chat about that. That's going to be an awesome event, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. And John House, as you know, and Fenway, they're putting that stuff together, and that's going to be a standalone event as well, but it will be a points event for Foothills. Motors will be allowed for that event as well, in order to let some of these guys who fish the other clubs or whatever to come fish with us and support that event. There is a bunch of prizes stacking up for this event. It's going to be a $40 entry fee. Attorney X has waived the fees for us. So 100% of whatever we take in on the tournament side will be donated directly to Purple Heart Homes, supporting our veterans and what Purple Heart Homes is doing for them. And like I said, there'll be more coming out about that. There's a lot of prizes stacking up for that event. You're going to go home with some sort of a prize pack that's going to equal the cost for your tournament entry fee. So, you'll go home with at least a $40 prize pack of some sort. But there's going to be tons of other prizes. We got a boat to give away. We got fishing rods. We got sunglasses. John got some drills the other day from Lowe's Home Improvement. There's just a bunch of stuff. I can't even think of all it is right now, but and those things keep coming in. So that event's going to be a cool event. It is a summer event on Lake Norman, but it is what it is. And I really believe that event will be a good event to fish, and it's definitely an honorable cause to support. But moving along, in August 24th, we're going to be back on Lake Norman, and we're going to open up Mountain Island Lake for that event, and we'll be there August the 24th, and we'll probably do some sort of a meetup after that event over at Custom Tackle Supply with Michael Hobson. We'll probably get up with them and maybe do like a little cookout after that event. That's the talk right now. But that event, August 24th, Lake Norman and Mountain Island together. September the 21st, we're going back to Lake Hickory exclusively. And we're probably going to have some sort of a little meetup at Outdoor Supply off Highway 127. Charlie helped us last year with the Carolina Classic, and he set up some tents for us, and it was just a fun event. A lot of the CKA and CCKF guys came down, and some Queen City guys too, and quite a few Foothills guys too came over, and we all got together, and Charlie set up a nice little venue for us. And we were able to raffle off a boat at that event and hang out in the parking lot. And Charlie gives some special deals that day at Outdoor Supply. And we appreciate being able to team up with him again this year. But we're going to do that event in September on Lake Hickory. And then our final event of the season will be October the 19th. And it's going to be Lake James and Kerr Scott again for round 2 of the Reservoir Battle. And I think James will be on fire at that point in the year. Last year, I think we had our Lake James event late September, and we've done that for the past few years, and it always seems like we're just a little bit early for the fall transition. So October the 19th, I feel like that event will be perfectly scheduled for Lake James. Kerr Scott at that time of year is good too, but really Lake James is probably the better lake in the fall. And then you see there at the bottom it says the TOC lake and date will be decided, so we'll figure that out toward the end of the year, and we'll try to schedule that around whatever's going on with the other North Carolina clubs and the other TOCs that they're putting on, and whatever national stuff's going on. We're just keeping that date open, and as always, we draw for that lake. So we'll do that after the season, and then we'll work out a date that seems to work for most of us. And I'll do my best to accommodate everybody who's fishing all these other trails in North Carolina. But let's see, I'm going to remove this, go back here. So I'm looking forward to the season this weekend. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I want to say I appreciate the sponsors. We've got a few new sponsors this year. Pretty much everybody returned from last year. Waterways again. Waterways is going to hook us up with our AOI prize again. They're going to give us another boat to give away for our AOI prize, and we'll give away some cash and fishing rod for that AOI prize too. But both of these companies have helped us out pretty much since we got started, and I appreciate those guys. I appreciate Jonathan up at Waterways looking after us, and Ben over at Cashin's taking care of us. Those guys are back on board. We got Trivets Roofing helping us out again this year. They are another one of your TOC cash sponsors for the season. They give us another $1,500 to give away, and we appreciate them coming back. We appreciate them and Garrett allowing us to team up with them again and bring Trivets back in to help you guys out this year. We got Life Ring Ministries. Life Ring Ministries is a men's Bible-based ministry. They're just here to help the community, and we appreciate those individuals. Appreciate Frank and Gary and the other men involved with that. They allow us to give away two free entry fees at the end of every event for our members. So that's huge. That's a huge deal to give away after each event. On our Tuesday night live stream, we give away 2 free entry fees to the next event or whatever the next event that individual can make. And that's a pretty good prize, pretty big deal. We appreciate Frank and the team over there at Life Ring Ministries helping us out. And John and Bill coming on board this year. Team Barletow House out of Mooresville. You guys all know John, but John talked to me last year and come and helped us out this year. And it was his idea to do the charity event as well. And John's just been a blessing. I appreciate all his help this year. But John's give us some cash to give away at the end of the year, him and Bill, building your TOC pot before anything even gets started. John give us a couple grand and took some of that money and bought hardware for each event. So this year we're going to be able to give away the top 3 places will receive hardware after each event. I posted a video of me spraying that today over on the Facebook group page. But that's all That's all John. That's all John and Bill providing that hardware this year, and then giving you really another $1,600 to add to the TOC pot. And Charlie at Outdoor Supply. Charlie's a nice fella and a good guy to work with. He'll let you demo boats. He's in the Hickory area off 127. A lot of you guys local here, you know who Charlie is and know what kind of character Mr. Charlie is. But we appreciate him helping us out this year. We're going to team up with him again at one of these events. And then we got Naqua Adventure Gear, giving us some batteries to give away at each event. I got a few different types of battery packs, some 10 amp hour stuff, and just an array of other stuff that they give us to give away. So courtesy of Naqua, we'll be able to give away a battery as one of our out of the money prizes after each event this year. And we appreciate Heidi and Billy helping us out and teaming up with us this year. They've been a pleasure to deal with as well. They're located in Denver. They give us a discount code. They didn't want us to throw it out on the internet, but I do have a 20% off discount code from Naqua, and Heidi said just hit them up if you're looking to take advantage of that. Just email her, tell her you're associated with Foothills, and they'll get that out to you at a 20% discount. And pretty much anywhere in the surrounding area, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, they can get those batteries to you in a day or two at the most. But we appreciate them helping us out this year. Hughes Supply Company out of Statesville, Mr. Fenway, been a blessing to work with. He helped us out last year. He's back on board with us this year, putting some stuff together, helping us with keeping this thing going. Done a big thing in the monthly series, adding some extra money and providing hardware for our monthly series. Purple Heart Homes, that's their logo. We're going to be with them this year, supporting them. We appreciate the opportunity to do that. City Limit Skull Mounts, that's Garrett's company that he started last year. If you're a deer hunter or you like to collect animal bones, hit Garrett up. He can do you a fine job on doing some European skull mounts for you. But we appreciate Garrett and all he does over here at Foothills. And thank him for helping us out this year. Riot Baits, Matt Stark over at Riots. Matt's been kind of busy here lately, and it's been kind of difficult to get up with him, but he's on board again this year. Going to give us quite a bit of stuff to give away. And as soon as I get that in my hands, I will start dispersing that out to you guys. But appreciate Matt coming on board again with us this year. Yak Attack, that's the other company that's helped us in the past. Appreciate Yak Attack. Still waiting on those guys to finalize their stuff. I'm actually going to call them tomorrow and talk to them for a minute again. But they've a lot taking place over there at Yak Attack as a company. And we look forward to working with them again this year. And Mr. Phillip over at 47 Lures, he come on board with us this year. I contacted him about buying some stuff, and he was like, man, I want to help you guys out this year. And he's give us some prize packs to give away, and we're going to throw those prize packs in with our plaques for the top three. So the top three will receive their hardware and a lot of extra stuff from 47 Lures. Philip is a bait maker from down east, down below Raleigh, and he makes some really cool stuff. I will be fishing with his stuff this weekend. So if you see me jumping up the leaderboard, you'll know that I was catching my stuff on some of this new stuff that I've gotten from him. He's got some really cool baits. He's got a website. It's just the words 47lures.com. And he's local too. Makes some really good durable soft plastics, and terminal tackle is spot on as well. And I'm looking forward to fishing with some of his stuff this weekend. And then we got Hobie Eyewear. Hobie Eyewear give us a few pairs of sunglasses to give away this year. Thanks to Garrett for contacting them and getting them on board with us. But I got a few pairs of sunglasses to give away from them, and they give us a 25% discount code as well. Um, and just like Knockwell, they didn't want it to be blasted across the internet. But if you would like that code, just hit me up. It's pretty simple. It's associated with Foothills, but just hit me up. They give us that. And like I said, they just didn't want me to blast it out on the internet. But if you're looking to cop a new pair of Hobie sunglasses, I got a 25% discount code for you. And hit me up and I'll shoot that out to you. But I think that's about it. We got MT66 Baits, which is Stephen Kidd too. I forgot about him. Ashley, thank you for reminding me. Stevens give us some bait packs to give away as well, and we're going to throw those in with the top three, our plaques. So the top three are going to receive hardware and a fat pack of soft plastics and terminal tackle. Let's see and look through the comments here for a second. Yeah, we need to order some more hats. I'll talk to Funny Bones down in Mooresville and see if they can't hook us up with some stuff. They have our logo. I feel like you could probably just hit them up directly, but you may have to order some more hats. I know mine's pretty haggard at this point. But yeah, just looking through some of the comments here. Yeah, somebody says you can touch the tail. Yeah, you can pinch the tail in Foothills. Try to, try not to cover the whole tail up when you pinch it. Try to keep as much of your hand out of the way as possible. But yeah, we do allow you to touch the tail and to pinch the tail here. We allow the fish clip to restrain your fish. So top 5 events. All the events are points events for this year. Those 3 in color are legal motor events. So while I got you on here and while there's quite a few people in here, let me touch base on this for a minute. Look through some of the comments, and that's pretty much it there. The monthly series. So this year we decided to have a full monthly series, and I need to drop the PDF and put that in the files tab on the group page just to make it clear on exactly what all is going on there. But the monthly series is going to be a standalone series, completely separate from the main trail, and we're going to take the top 3. We're going to have an AOI score system in the monthly, just like we do in the regular trail. It's only the lakes that we fish in North Carolina, so it's basically Lake James to Lake Wiley plus Kerr Scott. So those are the only legal lakes for our monthly. For our monthly always, but for the monthly series, just be Catawba Chain monthly series plus Kerr Scott. But we're going to take the top 3 from the monthly series, and we're going to give those individuals a spot in the TOC at the end of the year. And like I said, I'll put out the details about that in the files tab so you can look at it and, it's all written up or whatever. But the top 3 from the monthly series will receive a bid into the TOC at the end of the year. We're going to start that up in March. And right now, how I've got it set up is that we're going to there's 8 events, and we're going to take your top 7. So you're going to have 1 drop in the monthly series if you decide to go that route to chase the TOC. 8 events, your best 7. That equals your AOI score in the monthly series. Top 3 get a bid into the TOC, whoever that is. There'll be no roll downs on that. So if an individual makes it into the TOC on the main trail and on the monthly series, we won't roll down any spots in the monthly series. But we're going to start that up in March. Hughes Supply Company this year, they added $150 on top of the buy-in for the monthlies. So that boosts the payouts each month for that. $150 added on top of whatever we take in tournament registration for those. They're $32 an event. And Hughes Supply Company also is giving away hardware for first place and the runner-up at each monthly event. They've been doing that already, and they'll continue to do that through our monthly series. But the monthly series will run from March to October, and then at the end of October, we'll take the top 3. We'll have an AOI score system that'll be posted at the end of every month. The top 3 from the monthly series will get a bid into the TOC at the end of the year. And it just incentivizes some guys that can only fish, a few tournaments a year, or, can't make it on Saturdays. It'll incentivize and give you guys an opportunity to compete and be a part of the AOI and the TOC at the end of the year through the monthly series. There's an AOI piece of hardware, which is a really cool piece of hardware. If I had it close to me right now, I'd show it to you. But a really cool piece of AOI hardware for the monthly series. And let me grab it. Sorry, guys. So I hope it doesn't blur it out. But here is the monthly AOI prize for 2023 or 2024. I'm sorry. It is a full-blown axe. This sucker's freaking cool. AOI got the Foothills logo engraved on it. Pretty cool stuff. It's a freaking axe. Like some Walking Dead stuff. It's got the Don't Tread on Me logo engraved on it. It's got Hardcore Hammers on this side. Hardcore Hammers is the company that makes this stuff, and pretty freaking cool for an AOI prize. But this is your AOI prize for your monthly series, courtesy of Hughes Supply Company out of Statesville. And it's a Hardcore Hammer product. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll wrap it up there. If you need anything, tomorrow, the morning of the tournament, if you need a refund, hit me up as soon as you can. If you need anything on the water, just let me know. I'm here to help you. I'll drop everything I'm doing to answer your questions, to take phone calls. I'm fishing, but I'm here to help you guys and do whatever I can to do that. But I will end it there, and we'll do a little post-tournament live stream again. And then on Tuesday night, we always ask that the top 3 come on the Tuesday night live stream. We do that after each one-day event. The top 3, we get them on here, and we just chit-chat and try to pick their brain and see how they beat us all that day. So if you win, be looking for that to happen on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, the Tuesday after each tournament. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, we'll do a little post-tournament live stream. Payouts will be the night of the tournament around 9 o'clock, giving a little time for protest and make sure everything's good to go. But with that said, I'll let you guys go. I hope y'all have a great Friday, and we'll see you on the other side of the tournament Saturday. See ya.